until it becomes faith and the word becomes close enough in their mouth. So that now you come to the point where Paul is talking about, and he says that if you confess with your mouth and you believe in your heart that God raised Jesus Christ from the grave, he said, then you shall be saved. That if you confess with your mouth. So it hasn't abounded until it is a confession. It hasn't abounded until you can confess it. So what do? You don't speak it until it abounds. Yeah. You don't speak it until it abounds. Because if it hasn't abounded, the word is not nigh. If it isn't in the space of confession, the word isn't nigh. You've heard of people that when they see a demon, they say Jesus, and nothing really changes. That doesn't mean that the devil is not afraid of the name Jesus. You understand what I mean? That doesn't mean that the devil is not afraid. That doesn't mean that he doesn't know that Jesus Christ is Lord. That doesn't mean that the devil, if he sees Jesus, will not run away. But the person making mention of the name, the word hasn't yet come to their lips. So you have to understand this, that therefore in the New Testament, you don't operate by principle, you operate by revelation. There are things that are written that can never be yours until they are revealed. How are they revealed? Through speech. How do you get? Because you've got to understand it as gates, as entries and exits. For someone that is coming into this space where we are in, they will go through gates, right? They will go through doors. So you can't say that when you get into the entrance of Hotel 680, you are in Kingdom and Life Embassy. Kingdom and Life Embassy is not everywhere. It's in a specific place. You have to access that place. For you to access that place, there are doors, there are gates, there are things that control entry. I thought somebody would be getting blessed. Eh? Are you not getting blessed? There are gates. There are gates. So when the time for your marriage came, did you fall in love or did you get an instruction? What prompted you? Because marriage is a gate. Because a married person is not like a single person. A married young man can't be compared to an old single man. They are not the same. There is a space that this one has been allowed into, that this other one has not been allowed into. There are gates. How did you access it? It is completely determined by what it is that you are hearing before you entered. I'm straining a bit with my monitors. It is completely determined. What did you hear? You fell in love. What did you hear before you fell in love? I met this wonderful lady. What was the doctrine that you were hearing by the time you were meeting her? Yeah. What was the doctrine you were hearing? There is a time I believed in chemistry because what I was hearing is that we are no longer in the days of hearing the voice of God concerning a person. Because sometimes you will hear the voice of God concerning a person and you will not fall in love with that person because you know there has to be chemistry. So I believed in chemistry. I believe that I have to see you and something clicks. So if I don't feel it, even if God is in it, if I don't feel it, then I'm not in it. So I would have this chemistry, then the chemistry, the reaction would cause effervescence. So, and then what happens? What normally happens after the effervescence? It just cools down, right? You shake a bottle of Coca-Cola, you open it, It's called effervescence, right? It even pours. So it is overflowing love, right? But what normally happens? It comes to a place, it ends, it becomes flat, right? Right? It becomes flat. So that kept on happening.